Here we go. Welcome back, guys. Welcome to another beautiful day in the land of cryptocurrencies. Welcome to another update, and let's see how we can analyze this chart together. Like I was just saying in the introduction, before I hit the record button, this is where we need to be very, very careful. And I'm not talking about the chart, I'm talking about social medias. I would like to draw your attention a little bit there. Remember when Bitcoin was getting into a bear market and all sorts of crypto advocates said, like, no, it's not over. You need to keep buying. You need to keep buying. Just buy the dip, buy the dip. And then when we really hit the bottom, remember when people were saying like, oh yes, crypto is going to zero, all you Bitcoin enthusiasts, you lost your money and you should have never believed in it. Well, guess what? Now you cannot open Facebook without seeing people advocate the fact that right now you need to buy because we're going to the moon. Come on, guys. First of all, I would like to clarify this. If you're thinking about buying in now, don't. Okay, I'm talking against my own market. No, I'm not. What I am trying to do is bring a little bit of common sense in the world and in this space, because without common sense, you know what's going to happen? Then we're going to have a repeat of 2017, 2018. Remember that? When people were buying in at 20K, really thinking that, oh, if it dips, it's just going to be a little dip and it's going to keep going. And what happened? All these people were holding on their bags of Bitcoin. It dropped to, let's have a look at where it dropped. Eventually, $3,000. Now, how many of the people that bought in here at the 20K range and even the 16,000 range, doesn't matter, how many of these people are still holding those Bitcoins, right? What happened? Eventually, maybe they lost faith and they dumped here at 6,000. Maybe they saw it crash at 3,000. They got out. Maybe here on the little tiny bull run of the summer of 19, they used it just to get out with as little loss as they could hope for. And then eventually, what happens? The markets just go ballistic as they are doing right now. And, I get so much hate if I tell people not to buy in now. And I don't understand why. Because it's the best advice I have ever given anybody. Even though there is a chance, let's say there is a chance that we go to 100K. How big are the odds for this to happen? So this is literally a gamble, right? Now, what is not a gamble? What is not a gamble is what we're doing here. And if right now you think you're late to the party, don't worry. Instead of buying in Bitcoin, you should join us on Bybit. Instead of getting Bitcoin, get USDT. You can still make profit of the high volatility that's coming. Even if we retrace, I can promise you the volatility is gonna be insane, and traders make money off of volatility. Put this in your mind. Think about these words. Traders trade volatility. Okay, we're not lazy people who just want to get rich because they made one good decision and then Lambos appear and, all joy and fun and stuff. No, traders like you and I, we put in the work. Okay, we put in the effort. We take our time and we really try to master a trade. And this is why I believe you and I, guys, are going to be the successful ones, no matter what happens. So, now, if you want to go down and get into the meat and potatoes of this story, of this chart analysis, I advise you one thing: have your cup of coffee ready, sit back, and we are going to look at this mess and see what we can do with it. Yeah, and now, yeah, of course, I had to make a mess with my coffee. But you know what? Even the biggest mess, you can clean it up, you know. So there's no problem. There's no problem at all. It's all fun and games. Now let's analyze this entire chart just and compare it to what has been happening here in the past bull run. Okay, so we can see, and this is not a logarithmic chart. This is just the linear chart. Levels are just the levels as they appear. So what do we see? Same thing is happening right now. We are going ballistic. We are going parabolic. And this is where you really need to be very careful, because all the gains you made right now are your responsibility to hold. So let's have a look. Let's see what is happening right now. Can we find anything that corresponds to this similar action we got right here? And are there clues and hints that we can use in order to get a little bit more of a chance to take an advantage over the markets? Right now, honestly, we are in the same situation. Higher highs, higher lows. Even the RSI is making higher highs and stuff. But eventually, what was the telltale sign? The one that was really one that you needed to get, and that was the most helpful one. That was here, this extreme exhaustion in the RSI. Okay, I'm going to zoom in on it so you guys can see it clearly. Okay, we were going ballistic, and then eventually we get a massive bearish divergence. Okay, that was one thing. What happened? Price went down together with the RSI, making an agreeing pattern. You know, going down, lower low, lower low. Now, when price got picked up here, it did react off of this bullish divergence. Okay, still good, still following. Now, the next part is the important one. This is where a lot of people got trapped. Bullish divergence. Okay, we're gonna go up. Sure, we go up, but this is where people forgot to take their profits if they got pulled and sucked into the trap. So every time you get a chance to take profits, you need to do it. And I don't mean closing your position. I mean taking profits. Because what is the next thing that happened? Eventually, okay, we found some resistance right here. Price went down. And this is where the tricky part came in. See this low here, this one, it got broken. Lower low on RSI and on price action. So when price action and RSI correspond, what is it? What do you call it? We call it continuation. Continuation. So again, here we got a little bit picked up because of course, yeah, bullish divergence, but still on the same level. not on the next one. We did not go down to the next one. Okay? So this is very important to analyze how these divergences are being played out. And I know this is hindsight. Hindsight is always 2020, and you will not hear me say that, this was an easy thing to analyze. These situations are the hardest ones to get correctly. So, is there a crystal ball? Is there a way to predict the future? No. Is there a way that you could adjust your strategy, making sure that even if this kept going, or whether it became just a turnaround and it kept going down, was there a way, a strategy that you could come up with that would have made so that you came out on top? And I'm never ever meaning all in or all out. Think about that. I think this is where the most important lessons are to be learned. Seeing where people or where the tricky situations are, and then really, really, really working it, analyzing it, thinking about it, just like a chess player would be reanalyzing his most intense matches and games, reanalyzing it, thinking about other outcomes, thinking about other strategies. This is what we need to do right now. So, what happened right here? RSI more exhausted. We see the high here corresponding with this one. We see another attempt to an upside because little bullish divergence right here. What happened? Again, exhaustion. And this is where the thing breaks down all the way again. Okay, we can clearly see how this pattern of downtrends has been building up. Now, after having broken most of the levels on RSI, but not on price, there still is a little bit of hopium. We saw a new bullish divergence, and this pushed the market up again. But now comes the tricky part. We have a continuation pattern right here. Same thing. But continuation of what? Continuation of the uptrend or continuation of the downtrend? So, a little bit of resistance. Price went down. Maybe you bought in again a little bit. On the way up, this is where, again, you should be taking your profits. No matter how small, make sure that you take some profits. Eventually, price moves down. There is no more divergence to be seen. Price moves up just a little bit and makes this huge bearish divergence, and this is the end of the run. Okay, so this took months. This was from December, mid-December, going on May. Okay, so after such a bull run, I don't think the party is over just yet. We are going to enter a period of extremely high volatility where people are actually really risking of losing a lot more. And the only thing that can keep you safe is being diligent and really, really forcing yourself to take profit on every step of the way. Does that make you greedy? Does that make... Some people said to me, like, yeah, but, you're just thinking about everything that could happen, and then it's very easy to be right all the time. Well, that's not cheating. That's just reality. You need to look at all possible outcomes and get ready to make a plan for each and every one of these outcomes. And this is how you become successful. Come on. This is not a pissing contest where it's just about saying the one thing that's gonna happen and, this is the thing. No, it doesn't work like that. And if you find a channel that just claims to know exactly what's going to happen, then, just, I don't know, take it as you will, but I don't believe in that. So right now, the meat and potatoes, what is happening? Let's go down to it because I'm sorry. I had to say all these things, but I get triggered. I get triggered when on Facebook and social media, I see all those so called crypto specialists coming out with the most stupid advice. And where were they before? I know I'm new as well. But you have to know if you have been following me for quite some time, I'm always going to analyze the things with warts and everything on it. I'm not making any stupid promises. The only thing that I can do is lay out the foundation and then just give you the tools that you will need to make your own assumption. And if you don't have time to be putting all this time and effort into this, then maybe making a lot of money of day trading Bitcoin currency, cryptocurrency is not your thing. But there is no get rich quick scheme in here. Think about BitConnect. You don't want to be one of those guys. Think about all the people who've been following those channels, those signal shouting channels. I've tried to follow them, and sometimes I read posts about, oh, this was a bad trade, I lost so much. You know what the answer was? Well, trading is dangerous, but who are they? First and foremost, to say what people should be doing, and then not to take responsibility for the actions. Right? It's your money. You are in charge and you are in control. And if you want to stay in control, then follow my channel. Subscribe on YouTube. Hit the like buttons. Share with your friends. Show them that there's a better way to do it. But please, don't put anybody, don't put responsibility over your good being into anybody's shoes. This is what cryptocurrency is all about. It's about taking control over your funds, becoming your own bank, and being empowered with the use of money, like a lot of money, and making your money work for you. So, yeah, be a boss. All right. Well, said enough about this. Maybe I'm gonna have to mark my entire flaming in the how do you say it? Put a timestamp on it. Like yeah. I'm terribly sorry about that, guys, but I just think it had to be said. So, okay, what are we looking at? What are we looking at? Beautiful, beautiful uprun, right? Now, two things can happen. Market can keep going. Market can go down, right? Now, let's say we are looking at a downtrend. Where would the market get some strength? What would be a local low where the market could actually start finding some new buyers? Point number one. This is one of the more important questions to be asking. Let's look at the 1 hour chart first because, yeah, maybe it happens in the short term. Could be. So, on the short term, this is the local low, right? We are going to take the RSI level, which is 39.2, and we are going to calculate at which point we could start expecting a bullish divergence to be forming. So I'm going to remove this. Oopsie. I'm going to remove the green line. And I'm going to make a little square box so that we see which zone of interest could find some new buyers. So on the short term, sadly enough, I think the range is too small to be useful. Okay? Does that sound bad? Maybe. But what we're gonna do is we are going to take a horizontal line then, in that case, we're just gonna set it right here on this level, just knowing that if this line gets crossed, we are gonna have to look at the next levels of potential bullish divergence. And of course, this is quite a way lower. This would be sitting right here on this local low and maybe this one, because those two are so close together. What we're going to do is we are going to take an average of these two RSI reads, just because we don't want to dime it on the cent. You know, those are estimates. Okay, remember that word, estimates. So what we're going to do is right here, this is 37.5, and this one is 26.4. So 37.5, 26.4. Let's go with 30. You know what? Let's just do them both, and then we'll see what happens. Maybe we can do it like this. So 37.5. Probably way too high in my opinion. That would be sitting at 36.7. So that would be sitting here, right at the bottom of the wick. Okay, so entering the bottom of the wick, possibly we are coming into the orange zone. Now let's go with the low of the low, and this would be 26.3. Let's do 26.4. And this one would be sitting at 32.5, 32.6. I like it. And why do I like it? Just because when we look at the volume profile, it kind of sort of lines up with this one node sticking out here. And there are quite some nodes underneath, which makes me believe that this read is actually going to be a strong reaction. Okay, so two things could come from that, and I will tell you later how I would look at this situation. Now, the low of the low right here, the red zone, we're not going to be looking at it because on the RSI you can see that it's exactly the same level, so we're not going to touch this right now. But we are going to move over to the higher time frames, and we are going to have a look at other time frames to see how far they agree or disagree with the reads, because the logic behind all this is that the higher time frame brings more weight to the table, so you need to analyze them just as well. It's very important. If you miss this step on a retracement, you are going to panic. You're going to shit your pants, literally. And I hope YouTube doesn't demonetize me for this language. But right here on this dump, I predicted, I said where the stop should be. As long as we don't hit the stop, beautiful, it's an opportunity. Same thing here. I did the same thing. We didn't even go all the way down. But what did I say? If we pierce down and we stay above the orange zone, then the pull back up is probably going to be more anemic and temporary than an actual real momentum being set and just, pushing upwards. And this is also why I don't advise people to get into Bitcoin right now. It's a little too much of a hot potato right now. Okay, so now let's look at the the rest of the charts, this is the 3-hour time frame. So maybe we want to see here if the 3-hour time frame gets something that is useful on this local low. So this one is sitting at 55.7. Let's do it. So 55.7. That would be 38,600. And this is very interesting, right? The higher time frame reads a higher potential bullish divergence. So this is actually interesting. Usually it's the other way around, where the higher time frames just pull it more and make it more and more narrow. But this time around, right now in this situation, it's the other way around. Now keep in mind that we are talking about a candle closing in this area. It's very important. Just wicking into it could just signal some strong support, but the good read is going to happen when the candle of set time frame is actually closing in it. So for this candle, the 3-hour candle, we still have 1 hour and 50 minutes to go. In crypto space, this is an eternity. A lot of stuff can happen. Okay, so take this with a grain of salt, but you need to see it and you need to hear it. So now we have the local low right here. Let's go with 42 point. See, it doesn't take, the calculator doesn't take 2 digits behind the comma. So we have to round it up a little bit, and I don't like doing that. But yeah, we are going to have to. There's no other way around it. So 42.7. Let's go with 42.7. And what do we get? This gives us 35,000. Okay, so this would be this red line here, more or less. Let's make it orange as well, just to color code it, signaling that these lines also come from the low of the orange zone. Okay, so I know my way of charting is my way of charting. There is no right or wrong. The only thing there is do you know what you're doing on your chart? Do you know what the meaning of these lines is for you? Then yes, you can use it, and then it's a good chart. I know it's a little bit different than all the other gurus are doing, but this is the way that works for me. So yeah, if you would not follow my channel and just look at my charts, then I know, yeah, probably you will call me an idiot, and that's good for you. If your way works a lot better, or if their way works a lot better for you, I'm really happy. You should stick to it. But yeah, this is what I'm doing, and I find it interesting to make the videos as I'm doing it, so that if you join my Discord channel and we show charts to each other, then at least you know what you're seeing, right? So yeah, here, let's go with the bottom of the bottom, because right here, this is the series of higher lows, and this is where it starts. So let's see if we can already mark a point of no return where all hope is lost and where we can say that the bull market is officially over. So 21 on the RSI, that gives us 18,700. So basically inside the red zone, which is very interesting. So really still expecting a breaking of this local low before we actually can say that officially the bull market is the bull market is over. So this is quite interesting. Maybe we want to have a look at this one. Ah, this is close enough. I don't really care. We go over to the higher time frames again. And we do the same story, the same thing again. So see how this local low right here is completely insignificant. So this is why I'm just going to waltz over it. I'm going to do this one here. I'm going to do this one right here. The higher the time frame goes, the less prominent the local lows are, and then of course, yeah, you have less to analyze. Yay! But you need to do your due diligence, and every time and time, just go over these levels again, reanalyze them, see if anything changed, because this is just a calculation on this given moment. If candles add up, if price moves, then probably the outcome, the calculation is going to be a little bit different. It's not going to be a lot different, but there are going to be some differences. Okay, so yeah, this is why I'm just showing you how to do this. Right now, this is the only thing that can actually really save you from a real collapse, and make sure that you are ready to take action accordingly. It's very important. I hope this message comes across. So here we have 48.9. 48.9. And this is, yeah, more or less 35,000. So yeah, let's leave it as is. This is beautiful enough. And we got 28.8. 28.8. And what does this give us? Where does the 28.8 come from? That would be 23,000. So we're going to take the red zone and we are going to drag it down. All right. Beautiful. So I think right now this is starting to look a little bit more like something that is usable, right? And we're going to delete this one here. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, it's not all bad. It's really not all bad. There, like I said, we still could see some continuation to the upside. Things are possible. So which area is important on the RSI to be broken to confirm a higher high on the price action and a higher high on the RSI? Come on, guys. It's right there. You see it. It's this one. And why are we taking this one and not this one? Because these highs are more or less the same. So as soon as we broke this area, I do believe it's going to be important to really continue, even if it's choppy. Even if it's choppy, as long as we don't make a lower low, we're still going and we still haven't given up. But eventually, we need to break this one before we are okay to let go and to say, okay, now it can retrace a little bit. I'm just going to take it as more opportunity, right? Just like happened here. Eventually, price went up. Just didn't make the higher high. It retraced a little bit, didn't make a lower low, so we were still in the running, and eventually, bam, higher high, higher high. Of course, people take profit. And now we did have kind of, sort of, some bullish divergence, some people picking up the price again, going, and now the same story goes, the same game is in play. So let's have a look and see what are the estimates or what are the ranges we need to play out in this situation right now. Yeah, I need to pick my words correctly, because it's important that I really pass on the message correctly. So 79.7, 79.7. Okay, good. This is actually within the realm of reality, So in order to confirm a continuation, the 1 hour chart needs to break and hold above the 44,300. Well, it doesn't need to hold there. It really needs to break and close above. That's the requirement. You see, it just moved a little bit, and you know, it fluctuates. It fluctuates. It's a volatile market, guys. Like I said in the beginning, it's going to be choppy. So, okay, we are in this zone, rejecting from it, retracing a little bit, could happen. Not an issue, as long as we don't break and make a lower low. Okay, so this in this situation, this here, for me, it's at 37,200, but this here may be the wick, 36,500, 600, depending on your platform, should be a at least a partial stop loss. Okay, as long as we're in the orange zone, we have 3 different areas. As long as we are in the orange zone, we could still see some momentum being picked up. If we break in the lower zone or in the one below it, it's gonna be a little bit more choppy. And I mean, like here, we could see something like this and then build momentum. What I mean with this one here, if we do this, then depending on the signature of the RSI, if RSI looks like this, we could keep going. If RSI looks like this, then probably there's going to be at least another bounce where RSI is going to do something like this to confirm the bottom being in. Now, if we really get down in this area, could still happen, but then probably it's going to be a lot more choppy. So we are going to have to wait in this area before buying back in and being like, yeah, I want to buy the dip. Here in the orange zone, depending on the level you're in, is going to make you're going to have to adjust your strategy accordingly. It could be that it recovers fast. It could be that it goes sideways and takes a lot of time, but it could also be a dud where it actually doesn't work out at all, goes lower, and again, you are going to see the signature on the RSI. So this is the orange zone. Orange zone, very important to analyze the RSI with the chart. The blue zones, you know, a monkey could still trade it. But now, the red zone. The red zone. This is where it becomes very tricky. Even below the orange zone, I would not be holding on to any kind of position. I would wait it out. In between the orange and the red zone, things could happen both ways. We're going to have to analyze it as it goes. But the red one, this is where, in my opinion, you should be looking at the highs of the recovery. If here we get like a strong run up and eventually RSI does something like this where it breaks the highs, but you can tell from the price action it's never going to reach this far. I'm sorry to say, but this is where I would start shorting. Okay, so once we enter the red zone, we keep our eyes open, and instead of looking at the lows, this is where we're going to have to start analyzing the highs. Okay, so I hope this helps, guys. I hope you find this helpful and that you will be able to make good decisions based on this information. Now, because this is a Friday, we're going to have a quick look at the dollar, because I said the dollar was maybe looking a little bit hopeful, but yeah, here right now, okay, we did keep going, but breaking higher above this local high, breaking higher only happened with a series of lower highs on the RSI. So I'm sorry to say, but I think this looks more like exhaustion than anything else. There is a chance right here for the dollar to create a bullish divergence and start picking up its momentum. Like I said, as long as we have not made a series of lower lows, it still isn't game over. And once we break a little bit lower, this is the area the dollar is going to have to hold for it not to continue to the downside. Breaking this area, I'm really sorry, but then the dollar is going to see a little bit more blood in the streets of San Francisco. I don't know why I just said that. I thought it sounded good. Now, E-mini futures, the S&P 500, same thing, same thing. Creating bearish divergence, looking a little bit exhausted, making a lower low right here, very locally, which is going to give it at least some momentum, some oomph to make another attempt. But I really want to see the price and RSI level at this point break this area. If not, could be retracing. There is potential area for bullish divergence. There is a second potential area for bullish divergence. So even if we start to retrace, there are going to be bounces, and this is where again we need to analyze whether it's going to be continuation to the downside or continuation to the upside. And continuation to the upside could be signaled with the formation of higher lows. Continuation to the downside would be just continuing the series of lower lows and lower highs, especially after the second one. I would say that, the party is over. Okay, because then we are reaching so low, the high to break is so far away that it's just going to be one bearish divergence after the other, and, bear market. All right, cool. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this stuff, guys. I'm really sorry that nobody has been chit-chatting enough. Hey, Roy Baser, hi. Thank you for the 6 lemons on DLive. Yeah, I'm sorry that I didn't see it. I have an app of Restream that shares all the chat messages, but I don't get the warnings, those donations and stuff. So yeah, I thank you a lot, you guys. You're a hero, and any kind of support, any kind of show of appreciation really warms my heart. So yeah, thanks a lot, buddy. I'm still waiting for the treasure chest to fill up a little bit more, and once I see that it's potentially worth spreading out, I will click the button, and I really hope you will be in the live stream as well. I can't see who is in or not. Is just when you type away or that you're doing stuff like that I see that you're actually there. So yeah, guys, in the live chat, in the chat, type your comments, please. Say hello, be part of the family. I won't bite, even though I say we're wolves. We bite the market. We don't bite each other. So yeah, I thank you guys for watching. I hope you found this helpful. I wish you guys a very good, productive weekend. I wish you the best of the best and the happiest of the happiest. Keep your trades safe. Keep your families, your friends, your loved ones, everyone safe. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Best thing to know exactly when I'm streaming is to join me on YouTube. and just hit the subscribe button and do the bell notification, because on YouTube I can announce exactly when I will be live, or yeah, maybe Twitter, but yeah, Twitter is not as, I don't have as many subscribers on Twitter as I do on YouTube. So yeah, just go follow me on YouTube. To find me, go over to the website Wolves of Bybit, just the way it's written down there. You click the website, you scroll all the way down, and then you have the links to my social media. Feel free to join. This is for free. This is for everybody. Now, I also have a Discord channel. If you want to be part of the Discord channel, what I do is I had to find a way to make sure that we have really only the active and interested people in there. So instead of asking for a monthly subscription and all that crap, what I prefer to do is just ask you to join us on Bybit using my affiliate link. Like this, I can know for sure that you are an active trader, and you know for sure that you are surrounded by active traders. And now, to motivate everybody to help each other and to make each other more successful, what I do at the end of the month is I give back a big portion of the affiliate revenue to the active traders. So it's a win-win scenario. It's I think this is a positive incentive, and I'm not trying to get rich off of your backs. I just want to create a community that I actually see as being fitting for the risk that we take, and the scarcity of interested and good people there are around. So if you want to be part of this family, then sign up to Bybit, become part of our group. I'm very close with the Bybit support teams and stuff. You can ask everybody in my group whatever problem they had, like we fix it quickly. Like, there's only wins on this situation. On top of that, you get the bonus. You get the bonus whether you like our group or not, and you can keep it. It doesn't matter. So it doesn't cost you a thing. And afterwards, when you signed up to Bybit, just send me an email with your nickname, your email address, and the user ID, so that I can easily find you and track you on the affiliate page, and then you're in. You will get a subscription, an invitation to the Discord channel, and I really, really, really wish to grow a very nice family in that way. Now, all that being said, guys, I'm gonna leave it for today. I've been talking for almost an hour. It's insane. Every day I'm thinking about just making a short video, but there's no way around it. I have so much to say and to share about this, that it just makes me happy that I can spread this to all you guys. Now, yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. Normally it will be 13:30 UTC, but yeah, I'm still looking for the best time to be doing my live streams, because I'm under the impression there's a lot of people from the US also watching my videos. So yeah, I'm going to post this video. And as soon as this video is live, I tell you what, I would like you guys to type in the comments section what time would suit you better. Okay, I really want to have more people in the live chat, so that at least I can answer some questions and stuff, and it's more fun. So type your answer, which time zone, which time would you like to see me online? Which time suits you better to join me on the live streams? And don't forget to either add your time zone, so I know which time we're talking about, or just type it in the format of UTC. This is GMT 0, the 0 time zone. Okay, so normally tomorrow, 2:30 in the afternoon, UTC, 14:30. No, 13:30 UTC, 13:30 UTC tomorrow. Same channel, same time, same charts, but just different because that's what it is every day. All right, guys. I thank you so much for watching and joining. Have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Bye bye, guys.